Hi everyone, today I'm going to be colouring this in. Now I know it's not easy to tell what this might be. I know some people think it might be a kohlrabi or a turnip. We've done a turnip already. I am going to be colouring, sorry it's right on the centre of the page, it wants to keep turning. I'm going to be colouring it as beetroot. So I've set myself quite a challenge because getting the colour right is going to be interesting. But I'm going to start off by attempting that colour with my magenta. It won't be my only colour, I can't imagine. Now the whole of the base of the beetroot is all the same colour, and it also extends up into the stems of the leaves. So I'm just going to start colouring. I'm going to put a base layer down. Now I don't know, it looks fairly beetrooty to me actually. It might work. I may have to add other colours to get it looking just right, but it's tricky because I'm looking at photos and they're all different, slightly different colours. Some looks more purpley, some looks more red. I know that you can get some fab beetroots that aren't even this sort of colour. I remember buying, what did I buy? There was a candy stripe one which was pink and white, and a lovely yellow one which was really nice and much better in a way because you don't stain your hands when you're cooking them or cutting them. I tend to cook them with the skin on and then peel them, and when the peeling one that's really bright is not good for the hands. Right, now with this we want to have a shine here because they aren't brightly shine, some of them are, but it will help us will help it to look more three-dimensional, more like it's more spherical. So the first thing to do is to go all the way around the edge with a darker amount of colour, like that. And then start to bring it in towards the middle, but not so dark. So I'm going to go back over those edges a little bit and then start to bring it in. Now it's quite difficult with this shape because you've got to bring it in so that it looks right for the shape of the item. What I do is keep going all the way around and bringing it in slowly round and round, and for me that helps me get it more even. Or else if I try and just come from one side, I end up with my shine mark not being exactly in the middle. And although it might naturally not be exactly in the middle, the way I'm fading my colour makes me want to get it exactly in the middle, if that makes sense. I'm hoping that by doing this it will make it look more spherical and slightly shiny, as I said, but just slightly, not masses. There, I think that'll do, and actually I'm quite happy with the colour. Now the roots of the beetroot are this colour, so I'm just going to put some in where Johanna's drawn, and they're not like this either, which is what makes me wonder whether I've got this wrong and this isn't a beetroot, but it's a beetroot now. Right, the leaves. Now the colour of the leaves is more like this sort of shade of green, I think, the permanent green olive, but it isn't this dark. So I'm going to do a very light layer of this to see whether it works. I can always lighten it up with something else if I think it isn't quite right afterwards. Now with the Polychromos, some pencils you can put one on top of the other and it will really change the colour, but with the Polychromos it will lighten it a little. It doesn't work quite the same. But I'm used to using them, so I know what to expect from them. I've only got 2 more items left on this page now after this one, and one of them I know what it is and the other one I've got no clue whatsoever, so I shall have to be thinking about that and make up my mind before I do that video. I think I've got an idea, but I don't know if I want to do it. Is that? If there's something else that looks really similar, I might do that instead. we'll see. I'm also thinking, have I got the right colour? Is this item down here? There. Now, is that a nectarine? Is it an orange? We've already done an orange slice, and we've also had a lime and a lemon slice, so I'm thinking it would be different. Is it a grapefruit? Is it a peach? If it's a peach, that will be very different, but do I have any colours in my polychromos that I could use to make a peach colour? Not entirely sure. So, I don't know. I'm going to look at some photos and have a think. Right, on top of that, because it is a little too dark for my liking, I'm going to take my lightest green, which is the light green. Oh, it's not going to, there we go. And put it over the top. So at the moment there's no shading, nothing fancy, just a few layers of greens. And what this will do is the gaps of white paper that I have left, it will fill up and it will lighten the overall colour of the leaves. And I'm actually doing this quite hard. Because I really want to push it down so that we can actually see it. Because it's a light colour, it doesn't always stand out that well. Oh, I've got a cup of tea waiting for me when I finish this. Rather nice. Right, I'm going to go back in with my darker colour now, my permanent green olive, and think about shading a little bit. So where, and shadows is actually what I'm going to do, so where they overlap. And also this one's slightly further back, so I'm just going to make it a little bit darker in this area here. And this one is further back from this one, so we're going to put a little bit of shadow around there. And just extend that a little bit up here. So it looks further back, but we want it to look lighter than this one. And here, the same, around where it overlaps, sorry you probably can't see. Like that, and maybe a little bit below. There, I think that'll do for our beetroot. I don't want to fiddle around with that too much more. I'm trying to straighten it out for you, there we go. So that's our beetroot. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. It was actually a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be, which is rather good. Happy colouring.